1959 Austin Healey frog-eyed Sprite. This one's gone under a load of work had done to this one. James will detail all that in the description. Even things like the wings that have been put on this are made from the original pressing by a well-known guy in the Austin Healey sort of circle as it was, but James will detail all that, and arguably is the best one we have seen through here, condition wise. Bodywork wise, we'll start off the bonnet, work our way around this gorgeous little frog eye onto the interior, and we'll go for a cold engine startup. Hasn't been started since yesterday, so we'll show you that. Probably makes it quite a boring video with it in such good condition. Up the bonnet itself, lovely and straight, no dimples, no ripples, no real marks at all. Even around the your headlights there, normally get a little bit of paint cracking. That's not the case with this one. Onto the left hand side, same condition there. Really nice crisp lines all the way around. There is the odd very light surface scratch where it's been washed, and I mean you wouldn't notice it until the camera's now touching the paintwork. There's no big marks across the scuttle at all there. To be really harsh on it, there's a tiny little mark there where at some point when the car was put back together, I think the bonnet might have caught the wiper, but that's how harsh you've got to be. All the seals there's no cracks at all there, no chips in the window. As you come down that lovely seam, you can see how crisp the seam is from the bonnet to wing. No complaints at all there. Down onto the front there, all the lines are perfect. There's no nasty marks in the paint, there's no runs, there's no chips. Down that front edge, there might be one or two stone chips, but that is all. The grille's perfect, the bumpers are absolutely perfect as well. You can see how good the lines are. We'll go up the right hand side seam as well. You're not going to see another one like this. And across that scuttle. Down the driver's front wing. I'm basically just going to sort of waft the camera around the whole car because there's nothing really to point out. There's a tiny chip there. That's all I've got to really point out on that whole wing. Lovely painted steels with the correct Austin Healey chrome hubcaps there. Up the driver's wing, there's no ripples down the side in the paint. It's so flat. Across the lower half of the sill section, no marks at all there on the driver's door. The gaps are absolutely perfect from what I can see, all the way around. Tiny mark here, tiny mark there. Around the rear arch again, no complaints at all there. No complaints at all down that whole rear quarter. See how good the gaps are, and again down the seam where the quarter meets the rear tub. Down onto the rear lights. Rear overriders there, the bumpers absolutely gorgeous. Across that lower half of the sill section there, the rear valance section again. Got no complaints there. Try and put the camera underneath here so you can have a good look. I'll come round to the sill, they are quite low, so. Across the back, no dimples, dings, dents, some very light surface scratches where it's been washed, but again the camera has to be touching to notice that. It's one of the nicest paint jobs I've seen for a long time. All the chrome's perfect around the lights themselves are perfect as well. As we come round and down the left hand side, it is the same condition. No marks around the wheel arch, no rust, no dings, no dents, no ripples in the paint. It's had some hours spent on it, that's for sure. Down the passenger door again, the gaps are perfect all the way around. No chips out the doors there. Across that lower sill section, no chips in there, even sort of in the engine bay painted sections there on the side, you can see how good they are. We're going to come round and onto the interior. Comes with the correct full tonneau there. Even the way the doors close, there's no forcing them, there's no effort needed. You pull the handle there and it opens perfectly. Driver's seat showing nowhere at all. Lovely, lovely steering wheel. Dashboard's unmarked. All the pull starts, the choke, the heaters, everything's nice and bright on the lettering. Across the top of the dash, all painted correctly. No cracks in the dials. Nice red carpet set throughout. Even with the correct painted tunnel cover there, so that'll all be painted. Door cards, lovely. Backs to the doors. Inside the door checks there. Round onto the passenger side. Same condition again. No complaints at all. I'll get James to pull that full tonneau on so we can have a look at that now.
There's a few spares and there's some
Spare hubcap.
And there's a full hood as well.
And we've got the full hood frame there as well. You can see the tonneau. Just hold it up for us, James. And again, lovely, lovely condition. No rips, no tears, no marks at all on that. No complaints with the tonneau. Now into the engine bay, where the attention to detail continues. Have a look at the inner wings there, across the bulkhead, lovely and tidy. So you'd be happy to put this on your local show into a competition, that's for sure. So this will be cold startup. Like I say, it hasn't started since yesterday morning. So bit of choke to start it, and then the starter is on there. That is not being started generally for 24 hours. Got a little bit of choke on there, and it wasn't even 1 revolution before that fired up. Sitting over nice and happy. Got no pressure gauge there, James.
Straight up.
Oil pressure straight up where it should be. Arguably, as we can see, we don't think you're going to find a better one on the market at the minute than this car. And there you have it, the lovely Austin Healey Sprite there. Like I say, James will know all the details in the description about these front wings. The gentleman is very, very well known in the Austin Healey circles. From what we've been told, he bought the original panels, the original pressings off Austin Healey. And there you have it, the Austin Healey Frog-Eyed Sprite.